Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. We got another wonderful, phenomenal episode of the Reese Russell Show. Today we have a new guest in here, very special to me. MVP Speaks is the first. She put me on. Before I tell you what she put me on, she's also another performer. Does stand up, spoken word, inspirational messages. She's amazing. Like, wonderful. I genuinely love her as a friend, and she put me on. Why it's so important to me to have her on my show is because she put me on her show. Was the first radio show that I've ever done, so that means a lot. The radio show's Hot 702.5 FM. It's on YouTube and live, right?
Yep. Facebook. It's on all the platforms.
All platforms. See, moving big. It's from 5 to 5:55 p.m. and that's every Thursday. And I went on there. We did about an hour and whatever, and it was just free flowing, really good energy. So introducing to you guys my friend MVP Speaks.
Hey, what it do, world? Thank you so much,
welcome.
Reese,
You
for
are
having
very
me
welcome.
on your show. I love that cup, by the way. It's fire.
Like that?
Yeah. Did you make it?
No, my sister did.
It looks like one of those things I've seen somebody make it on the internet. It's very nice.
She does that, and literally, I sent her a picture of this.
Oh.
I sent her a picture of my background, and she made it and sent it over. She also made my girlfriend one with like rhinestones and gem stuff.
Nice.
Like, it's dope. So
Very cool.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
I like
that.
that.
I like it a lot. Great. A matter of fact, I got your inspiration.
Yes.
Be inspired. MVP Speaks inspirational message. Do you want to tell us a little bit about these?
Okay, yes. So that's a jar I created. Well, I created the messages first and then decided to put them in a jar. But I created these Be Inspired inspirational messages initially as a way to help uplift and empower myself, making sure I'm speaking affirmations and positive things that are aligning myself with my desires. And then they were really helpful, and I started giving them away, and then I started selling them, kind of evolved into this product. Actually, now they're being recreated into inspirational decks.
Inspirational decks of cards?
Yes.
Oh.
So those messages will be coming soon in a new format. I'm kind of doing a little rebranding or formatting my products and things. But, yeah, that's my baby right there.
I like that.
3 years strong.
3 years strong. Be inspired, inspirational message. You mind if I read a couple?
I would be honored.
Okay,
You better
I got
read
you.
some.
I got you.
You should be reading them every day.
You did tell me that.
You can use them when your guests come and use it as a conversational piece.
Use them as I like that.
If you want to, no pressure.
Let me see. I'm gonna pick 5 out.
Ooh, nice number.
5, and then
I'll tell you why that's a nice number you chose too.
Okay.
Because so in the spiritual practice that I am involved in, Ifa, they deal with Orisha, like an energy, like a goddess or god or whatever. And the Orisha Oshun is over the honey and the bees. That's like a symbol for her, and her number is 5.
You said it's a symbol for the bees?
Yeah, bees like represent the energy of Oshun. She's like the river goddess, the all love flowing honey, blah blah blah. So,
and 5 represents.
5 is the number that represents her.
My favorite animal is a bee.
Oh, we did have this conversation.
Wow.
That's awesome. So you said 5. I'm like, oh, okay.
You had already. Wow. So
nice.
See, we're reading them off.
Yeah, let's go.
I love myself to only show love to others.
Yes, you missed the word.
I love myself to only show love to others.
Does it say enough?
Yep, this is enough.
Oh, you didn't say that.
I love myself. Well, we gonna start. That's why there's action. I love myself enough to only show love to others.
Yes, I love that because it's not about them; it's about you.
I love myself enough to only show love to others. Yeah, even if they're spewing out hate, show them love.
Yeah, you show the love because guess what? What you put out, you get back.
You get back in.
And it don't matter if you feel like they, like they deserved it. Still, you gonna get it back at some point. So give out as much love as you can.
That goes in several sayings of that. You reap what you sow. Some people say karma. Some people say energy. It's all, if you hear the repeating pattern, they become principles, and you go, not everybody lies.
Right. There's some truth somewhere in this motherfucker, right?
Y'all all said the same thing. Y'all might not like each other, but y'all all said the same thing.
That's so true.
That's
just in a different way.
Yep. That's what I start calling principles. I'm like, all right, this is a rule for me. I'm just gonna put that in there.
Nice.
Put out good energy. Number 2. My dreams need me to succeed. All I have to do is believe.
Ooh.
That feels good when I said it.
I love it. I love that about you. On my show, you're one of the main guests that really vibe with the messages and really was like, oh, this is making me feel good. It's making me feel different. So I like that.
They do genuinely do.
Yes,
like
that's dope.
What it's the also reading, like what you put into your brain is a diet.
Yes.
What you intake, what you put into your mind, the songs you listen to.
Yep. Feeding yourself.
You're feeding yourself garbage a lot of the times. Me included.
Yes, I can relate.
Put it in junk food. There's nothing wrong with some Ratchet. There's nothing wrong with some World Star every now and then. There's nothing wrong with the Charleston Whites. You gotta watch it and love it. But there's a certain point you gotta go, man, let me put some books. Let me put some mind. Let me put some
positiveness. That's one of the reasons I created that, to make sure I'm putting intentionally. The intention is everything, but I'm intentionally first of all taking time to pour into myself in a way that I know is good for me. I know it's going to be good when I read it. I know it's going to feed me and fuel me when I read it. So I can start my day with that, and if I get a little ratchet throughout the day, it's all right. I got some positive. I already put some positive stuff.
You got some affirmations inside.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
And that's how you make the decisions when you're in a situation where stress is high or anything. Your mind and your actions go back to the last thing you trained at and remembered. So if the only thing you listen to is shooting and killing and stabbing and doing all these things, then the second when you go out, like if you're a performer, that's what you rap about, that's what you talk about, that's what you sing about. What is like, that might not even be your life, but that's what the words that are coming out your mouth because you put that in there.
And you know what happens with the words that come out your mouth?
They become.
You catch up to them.
Yep. You can see.
You put it out. You put it out there.
It's gonna eventually.
You catch up to it.
You catch up to your words.
Catching up to it.
And if you're putting out them good words and writing down those good, that's what you're gonna get back. You're gonna
catch up to.
You're a example of that.
Yes, thank you. I am.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You put out great. Ever since, like, we met at court probably a year and a half ago.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because I started back doing started doing stand-up in July at Cork. That was
last year, 2021. 2021.
Yeah, 2021 July, and it's not even July yet. So no, it's been a year.
Yeah. No, it's 2023, so that's almost 2 years.
Okay, so it has been a year and a half because it's not July. I had the math wrong. Ooh, smoking on some of that good stuff.
Ooh, smoking on that reefer.
my dreams. So yeah, I feel like like you said it best. Your dreams, your dreams need me to succeed, and all I have to do is believe, and that means what words you put out there, you're gonna catch up to.
Yeah.
It just sounds worse when I think of like, my words are gonna catch up to me, like they're after me.
Oh, right. Right. It sounds like, whoa.
I should have.
You putting over your shoulder.
Over some words.
That's crazy.
Putting myself first is okay and necessary. Oh, I believe that.
Period.
I use it in the terms of like schedule yourself first. If you wake up in the morning and all these things you have to do, you also have things that you have to do for yourself. So write in if somebody says, what are you doing today? Let me find out what I got for myself.
Right.
Then I can fill you guys in And that's better for both, because if I'm not all the way there when I'm like, and especially if it's my responsibility to be doing something, I'm in charge of something. If I'm not all the way there, it's not going to be the best that it could be. And I have to prep. I have to do all the things that I need to do. So I have to schedule myself and do all the other things.
You got to brush your teeth. You got to wash your ass. You got to do all them things to get ready for your day.
You definitely do.
It's important. Sometimes I find myself like handing out messages. And now I realize you didn't even read no messages today. Like, so I have to like check myself. Like, you giving out more than what you putting in,
which is good as well. But you gotta feel
it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to give it out, but if I'm haven't fulfilled myself yet, that's not. That's
especially
not okay.
if you made that promise to yourself. Every day I'm gonna wake up and read these.
Read them every day. You can read them whenever you feel like throughout the day. But I always tell people just read them every day. It don't matter when.
I like purging them. Like I like just sitting there and reading like 15, 20
The prescription is like 1 to 3 like per day, just to read it. But I even tell people you can read them for 5 minutes a day. You can read all the motherfuckers in one day. My stepmother bought some jars for me, and she was like, "It's so hard for me not to just keep reading them all. Keep reading them all. You can read them. It's never too much. Like you can't be like, oh, I've had too much. I don't need any more positivity. Like." It's really never too much.
When that new Young Thug come out, they gonna be listening to that on repeat. You can go ahead and repeat these inspirational messages.
There you go.
Don't trip. You are loved and supported.
Oh, it's one of my favorite ones.
Why is don't trip? You are loved and supported.
I don't know. First of all, it gives me chills. But that particular message is more so about the love and support that we have outside of the human realm, like the love and support that we have from God, however you perceive God, the source of all things, the love and support from our ancestors, the love and support that, we can't even fathom as humans. And so when that one comes up, it's like to me, it's like an ancestor message. It's like, we are here. So don't trip.
That's a message from them to you saying, don't trip. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Oh, see, I'm so glad.
Sometimes we can be so focused on, like, especially as artists, especially as entrepreneurs, a lot of people are awakening to themselves and realizing they can create things and do great things. And sometimes we can feel lack of support. Or my friend's not sharing my stuff, or no one's, whatever it is. But beyond all that, like, we are so loved and supported that there's not ever a reason to trip. And we gonna trip because we human.
We go trip.
I'm just gonna say, you don't got to, like, take a deep breath.
And when you say trip, you mean trip in a, like, get upset or get mad at the situation, but it also works in the, like, we're humans. We're going to literally fall. Yeah. We're going to literally fail.
Right.
Don't
That's
trip
true.
that
Don't
you
trip.
tripped. You gonna be all right.
You gonna be all right.
This 5 and it.
You gonna be all right.
This goes right to the last one, which is fitting in this order that these messages have come out. Remember the God in you.
Oh, Shay.
Remember the God in you.
The God in you.
What does that message mean to you?
That just means that we all have a piece of God in us, and the source, whatever you call it, God is placed in so many boxes. It's hard, you say God, and this group of people thinks one thing, and everybody thinks something different. But whatever created all of this is in us, and so when you tap in and you remember that part of you that's in you, that's powerful. And that can help you and guide you along your journey.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're all the same, but we're all different. We all came from the same source, but as different
individuals.
Humans. Yes. And the God in us is powerful. And if we tap in and just even acknowledge or be aware, like, there's something more than just our flesh, more than just our brain, then that's powerful. Don't forget where you came from. When they say don't forget where you came from, I think they're talking about beyond the earth. Where we really came from. Because where was we before we got here?
I read somewhere that if you They weighed a man as he was passing over. He was dying.
Oh.
And they weighed him before he died, and they weighed him after he died. And he lost, I forget the specific number, but it was like 2 ounces and something. Nothing happened from the time that he was alive to that. But him, so when you say where we came from, we had to go somewhere. Energy has to go. Yes. It got to go somewhere.
It got to go somewhere.
It did not. So remember the guy and you. What is your favorite ratchet guilty pleasure when you're not listening to your inspirational messages?
That is an awesome question. What is my ratchetness? That is a great question. What is my guilty pleasure? You know, I try really not to be around a lot of ratchetness, even like some of the music and stuff. But, you know, I like Netflix binging. So I don't watch TV, but I'll watch some
You'll
Netflix.
Tap into some
like,
scripted.
Yeah, some good recently, very recently, I've been really into romantic comedies. I think that's because I'm thinking about
relationships.
Yeah. But I like to watch. I like thrillers, like stuff that not like really horror stuff, but stuff that is a little bit creepy and kind of makes you think like who done it. And you're trying to figure out like what's happening.
Did you get into The Watcher?
Oh, I love The Watcher. That was good.
You liked The Watcher?
I liked it. It was interesting, but yeah, it kept me because I kept wanting to see who it was, and I think. Did I get disappointed at the end?
Of course. That's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened.
At the end, I was like, oh.
We didn't even talk like that. It's hilarious because at the end you're like, you found out nothing. You just watched all these people.
All right, because we never knew.
You have no idea. Nope.
Exactly.
That's what made me so mad about that movie.
That's so true.
Like the series, I was so upset because I was like, all right, this is getting good. They're narrowing it down, and no, they didn't do that. Not at all.
I remember now. I remember. I was like, oh, damn, I done binged on this. I don't know what happened.
It was like 7 whole hour episodes.
That was the whole point of watching, to see who was it. You get your own theories in your mind, and they make you think it's the lady next door, and they make you think it's this and that. Yeah, that was crazy. That's good writing, though.
That's good. You think that's good writing?
I think that's good writing.
They keep you engaged.
They keep you engaged. And
I think they were cowards by not telling us at the end.
By not choosing
Unless they have a watcher too that I don't anticipate watching, because I know what y'all did the first time. I'm not about to watch y'all do me like this again.
He fooled me once. He fooled me twice. Yeah, the watcher's
it's a wrap.
But I'm trying to think like any ratchet stuff. I don't really do a lot of ratchetness. I smoke some weed. That's not really ratchet.
That's not ratchet. That's being in touch with your ancestors.
Yeah, I'm kind of ratcheted out right
now. You're right. That's what I'm talking about. So you said you're into rom-coms because you're thinking about a relationship.
Yeah.
Is it somebody special that you got in mind?
Not at all. Literally, I really literally have just been healing from a past relationship, and not just that past relationship, but just my past in general, like just whatever. And I know I've been closed off to love. Like I know that I'm just like.
Over it.
Yeah, like, but I don't want to feel that way. I feel like I feel that way because I still have some hurt. You know what I mean? So I don't want to feel that way. So I've been watching like some romantic comedies to just, they're lighthearted and funny and all about love. And I think it's a good vibration and a good energy to be around. So I can begin to like open myself up to the possibilities of dating. I would love to date. I never really dated.
You never really dated?
No, never really dated. I was young when I met my ex-husband. We were young. I met him. I fell in love right away. Got married, had babies, and then we got divorced. And then the next person I met, I fell in love with right away, and we got together and had babies. And so like even after that broke up, like I never really like dated. Like I might have hung out with some guys, might even just had some booty calls, but I never really had like dates where people just come and take me out on a date.
does ice cream, like if somebody says I want to take you out to ice cream,
Yes.
is that a good date?
I love it. I'm a little bit ice cream intolerant right now. I love
got
ice
you
cream.
some almond milk ice cream.
Yes, some almond milk ice cream is good. I freaking love ice cream. I'm so simple. Like, yeah, just to something. And actually on my show yesterday, we were talking about dating. We were saying how like what is a date and should you pay and who should pay? And I think the man should pay, but
I agree.
I think the man should pay. And it doesn't mean we have to go like to a 5-star restaurant and have all the courses. We could just go hang out and like get to know each other, like for fun, the fun of dating. And I've never had that experience. I don't know if it exists. I don't know if that's why people date for fun or if they're just dating because they want to find a husband or a wife. I don't want that. I just want to go have some fun, like, and
you want to go have some fun.
That's what dating is supposed to be about, I think. Like, just to go enjoy people, meet different people, and I can date you on Wednesday and you on Thursday and you on Friday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter.
Is there a difference between dating and courting?
I think so, because I think courting is like a specific. Like the man is specifically trying to get you
with intentions to marry.
Yeah, it's within like to be his wife or whatever. Like he's intentionally like wooing you, probably spewing lies. Just kidding. Oh, that was my trauma poking out.
ain't nothing wrong with that. Get it out of there.
I'm just keeping it real, but no. And I don't want to feel that way about men either. I don't want to be like, oh, they're all liars or I've always had that like mentality, like if somebody hurts me, like I don't think, oh, all the men are gonna hurt me or they're all bad. But you still got trauma and you still got little things in you that be like, But that's why I was watching the romantic comedy, so I can feel in the love of it and just feel like, not too deep.
I like that. So yeah, I think there's big differences. One's with intention and one's with just, but dating and courting look the exact same from a female's perspective.
Really?
I think so.
Well, yeah, because that's why I think we got to figure out why we're dating in the first place. Like, if there's a man who's like, oh, I'm looking for a wife, I probably don't want to date you because I'm not looking for a husband. I don't want to be your wife. I just want to go have a good time and like, what do they call that? Like just enjoy company and just go have fun.
Sit on the couch, watch some Netflix.
No.
Eat some ice cream.
Not on the couch. We can go to the park.
To the park?
Go to the couch and next thing you know, you know how it works.
That's the movie theater move right there.
Oh, right, that one. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the movies are cool too.
You like the movie? You just want to go have. You want to just go
enjoy.
have.
Have a good time. I love bowling,
putt, golf.
Yeah, golf, miniature golf or whatever. It's fun. Like I do all that stuff. I'm an outdoors kind of girl too, so I like the mountains and like
I don't think I knew you were an outdoors girl, but
no, I am. I love like nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
barefoot on the beach.
Yes.
Yes.
Before I moved here, when I was living in Milwaukee, they knew me as being barefoot.
They knew you as the barefoot?
Yep, except when the winter came. But if the weather's nice, I'm not having shoes on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Out here, like, it's a very small amount of time you can be barefoot.
Yeah.
Because either it's too hot or it's too cold. So you got to...
And there's not much grass out here.
Very true.
Our sand is not the same beach sand.
It's not. But I love it. And I've been barefoot out here sometimes. It was like a few weeks ago when I went to join the gym. I was walking and I saw a patch of grass. Like it was real grass. And I was like, what? This is real grass. I took off my shoes and my socks and I just walked around in it and just felt it. It's amazing. You guys got to walk in the grass.
Do you feel connected?
Yes. That's what helped me. That's what keep me sane. I think most of the time is being able to be barefoot and be grounded.
It's called grounding, right?
It's a thing.
What?
Yeah. And it's funny. People used to always send me this meme of somebody walking barefoot. Like you would say something like, "The Earth Walkers are barefoot." You know how the memes are all dramatic. The Earth Walkers are barefoot in the dirt or whatever. Like they would send me this picture of somebody walking barefoot because they know I'm always barefoot. But yeah, it's like a thing, earthing or grounding or something. And I'm just...
But you feel a spiritual, deeper connection.
Yeah, I just feel better. Like you feel reading the messages. Oh, it feels good. Like it feels good to be barefoot. And I feel more natural, like, in my bare feet. I really don't even like shoes.
Well, they're not good for our feet.
Oh, they're not?
No, shoes are definitely.
Getting rid of the shoes and the bras. Get it all going.
I'm speaking for just, and I'm speaking for just men. The shoes that women have put on to look.
Oh, like the heels and stuff.
To look delicious.
Yes.
Those shoes that they put on, I appreciate you, but damn, that gotta be a bad. I can't have my foot like this.
Like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I used to wear a lot of high heels. I used to love that. For me, it's like something. It feels powerful.
You feel powerful?
Yeah. When I was little, like probably in elementary school or middle school, I remember hearing like the teachers walking in their heels, and I used to always just think like it was so powerful, like the
clicks.
Yeah, like the clicks. And so like it ain't nothing. It's something about putting on some heels or even some boots that got you feeling like you a bad bitch.
And
like,
you going out there. Yeah,
going out there. But yeah, I don't think it's good for us. And did you know that men used to wear high heels way back in the day?
Yeah, Prince.
Before Prince. Shout out to Prince.
Shout out to
artist
Prince.
Formerly known as. That's my musical soul guide, I call him.
Oh, musical soul guy.
Yes.
I love everything. I love any person that writes, produces. He does literally produces, and plays all the instruments. To like.
That's fire.
There's not many people that can do that. Him, Stevie Wonder. That might be it.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. I can't play not an instrument, so.
You don't play instruments?
No.
I play the cajon.
I know what that is. What is that?
It's I got my.
What is it? Is it the box thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's I want to say Spanish percussion.
Do you sit on it?
You could no, I don't know.
Oh.
What's that?
That's all right. It's a percussion though, right? I heard of it before. The cajon. It's like a box or something.
I don't know how loud. I always got my cajon close.
Oh, that's cool. Oh.
So it also clicks and it has a snare.
Nice. How long you been playing that?
2 years since I bought it.
Okay.
I'm not classically trained in the cajon.
Okay.
But I used to play the desk in school.
That's just like the desk in your lap. Did you do it with the pencils?
In school,
Yeah.
could I?
Or did you?
Yeah, when I was in school. Yeah, I was the make your own beat and then freestyle the type of guy. So,
you would have been my friend because I love freestyling.
Whether we were friends then, we're friends now. We were gonna always come together.
Yeah,
on
for
that.
sure. That's so true.
So you're not musically inclined. Oh, you sing though.
Well, I'm not confident in my singing voice, but I do have a couple songs out. And I have a song, a part that I sung in a recent song I recorded. I was doing poetry, but I sung the hook. So it was just a simple little thing, but it was nice. So I'm evolving in my music. Like I love music. If I could be confident in myself and in my singing voice, I think I would be a decent singer. But I'm still growing into that. But I like rapping. I like freestyling.
Freestyle rap. Yeah, you have a wonderful speaking voice and a powerful rap. I've heard you rap a couple times.
Thank you. So yeah, I like that. And it's something about, for me, the freestyle is dope because it's just a flow. Like you literally like tap in and just whatever comes you say or like whatever. And I enjoy it. And I've written a couple songs and I'm getting better at that, but that's harder for me for some reason.
It's harder to write than it is to freestyle?
Yeah, than it is to freestyle. Mostly all my songs, with the exception, I haven't really written anything in the last year or so, but in the beginning, they were all like just freestyles in the studio. I was just doing it for fun. Like, let me just go freestyle in the studio.
That's how art starts.
And it's fun. And I can, the other day I was listening to some of my old stuff. I had put out a CD a couple years ago, like my second or third project. And that shit was whack. And I was listening to my freestyles, and I was like, But what was so special to me was I didn't even care. Like, it didn't matter if it was whack. I wasn't even judging myself then. I was just like, I did this. Like, fuck it. Like, this is what it is. And now I look back and I'm like, girl, you was really gung-ho. But I've grown.
Are you more critical of your art now than you were? You say then you didn't care, but do you feel like, well, let me speak for me. I feel like I'm a lot more critical of my stuff now because I'm a lot better in my stand-up than I was when I was good. And now I feel like I'm on another level, but I'm more critical because I want to get back to just not being the level that I am and not caring.
Yes.
Not having a critical care of doing that. But it's hard. I think that's the trick of being an artist.
Yes. I'm very critical of myself. And I try not to be because I know, I mean, you can like critique yourself. It's one thing to say, oh, I could do this better or I could do this better. But it's another thing to like rag on yourself. Like, why didn't do that? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like how we can like bring ourselves down because of whatever reason. But I feel like when I realized I was like, I had a real gift. And
keyword.
Yeah. Like when I realized like I had a gift, it empowered me. But then like, if I felt like I was more harder on myself, I can't really explain it, and I'm mindful like not to be hard on myself, even as an artist or entrepreneur. Like I have so many plans and projects I want to do, and I'm learning like you just have to really pace it out and don't rush it and be like, oh, it's got to be right now. Like, what did they say? Rome wasn't built in a day. Nothing was built in a day. Like, I don't even know where that phrase came from. You know why? Why they start saying that? Like, why did they choose Rome?
Let's find out.
Let's ask Google.
That's exactly about to tell us.
But yeah. So I'm just learning to be like patient within myself and not criticizing myself. Oh, because I didn't do it or it didn't turn out how I wanted it to, or whatever. But it's okay to tell yourself you want to grow and evolve, but just don't shit on yourself if you feel like you haven't grown enough. According to you, like who are you comparing yourself to?
Yeah. So that's the key. I feel like I justify it a lot with myself because I'm only comparing myself to myself. I watch when you talk about your freestyles and rap, and it was easier to do that. I freestyle on stage, and then I also write, but I'll freestyle stand-up comedy on stage. And I record everything that I do. So I go home and I go from there, watch that, and I'm critiquing myself then. It doesn't hold me back on stage, but it's like, that's the organic feeling I get by going on stage and performing it once and then coming back and rewriting it and doing it a different time.
Nice. I like that organic. It's nothing to me. When I first started doing comedy, it was all like organic. I maybe wrote a few notes. Even all my jokes I have now, it's just like, and I was saying to myself, maybe you should actually write them out. But I would like make a note and then just tell the story or like tell the joke. But it was all like natural.
You write beat points of a topic or an idea, and you let your mind go.
And then when I go, I'll just do it like right there. But I like that. I haven't done comedy in a few months. I really enjoy doing comedy even more than like poetry.
You do?
Music. Yeah, I freaking love it a lot. It allows me to express myself and just in a way that I don't do in poems. Not that I can't, but I just don't. Or it allows me to touch on topics that I normally wouldn't like write about in poetry. It allows me to talk my shit. Like, that's why I love comedy. It's fun.
It is. It's amazing. There's nothing like the rush of getting on stage and that, like, I don't get, a lot of people ask me, do I get nervous when going on stage? And never. I've never, not one time. But I think my nervousness that my body gets as a sign is that I always have to pee. Literally every single time before I go on stage. I don't care if it's a 10-minute set or if I'm doing an hour. I have to pee. I'm like, oh, it's time to go on stage. So my body just puts all that nervous energy in my bladder, and then it's all over.
Just release it.
Yeah, like yes.
Yes.
And if I don't pee before I go on stage, then I'm thinking about peeing while I'm
you're
on
on stage.
stage.
Yes. That's
Okay.
not, yeah, you don't want to pee up there. So
There's nothing like. I'd rather pee on stage than hear somebody say, "Did you see Reese take a shit?"
Oh my gosh.
He took a shit yesterday on stage.
True.
That's bad. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
bad. But yeah, being on stage is great. I don't get nervous either.
no nervousness.
Yeah, I've never.
What's your routine? Do you have a pre-stage routine? Stand up.
No, I kind of used to have like a. I used to do pre-show selfies. That was a way to like calm myself and get myself ready. It was like I did it all the time wherever I was having a show. And I just, take some breaths. I don't really think about a lot. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm gonna perform until I get there or get up there. Like I'll see what the vibe is going on in the room, and then I'll decide. But I don't really have like a ritual or anything before performing. I would like to have when I'm doing like a freestyling or something like that, I think I would like to have like a little maybe like moment to myself, or like, something that I do like to channel myself into that zone. But I don't really have a routine. And I never been nervous. Ever since I was young, like I was always a spokesperson of the group. You know how you go in school,
yes.
You gotta do the projects. I was always the one that got up and talked. Like I've always been doing that. And the first time I saw some people do poetry on stage, like I used to write just like in my notebook, whatever my little sad life was, I used to write about it and write poems and stuff. And then it was probably 2009, maybe. I was in my hometown in Milwaukee, and I went to this event called Poetry Unplugged. And it was
Poetry Unplugged?
Yes. It was the first time I saw like live spoken word. And when I saw it, I said, oh, this is what I need to be doing. Like I felt like, oh, this is it. Like, this is what I should do with my poetry. I was writing. I didn't know what to do with it. I never, had that experience. And when I saw that, I knew.
You instantly knew.
I knew. Like, oh, I have to do this. Like, this is what it's for. Or I just, knew I had to do it. And there was a part of me that maybe was, a little nervous. But it didn't matter. It was I have to, this is what I got to do. And, the next week, I went up, and I did it. And it was, my first time. I think I did, this love poem. I think I remember the poem I did for the first time. But ever since then, it's been
to the moon. That's what you belong on stage.
Thank
in
you.
front of a camera,
yes,
behind the scenes on radio, like that. You have the personality, you have the skill, you have the mindset, and you have the mental ability for it. So
I believe that, and I receive that, and I love it because I didn't used to like myself. It's so crazy to me when I look back. I didn't like how I looked. I didn't like my pictures. I didn't like being on the camera. I didn't like none of that. I was so ugh. But now, motherfucker, I'll be like, where the camera at?
That's we all have those insecurities about things.
It's growing into yourself, I think.
Yeah, or fixing the way that you look at things. I didn't know I had big eyes till 2 or 3 years ago. I had no idea. So then when somebody was you got big eyes, I was like, shoot, I don't care. I'll just wear sunglasses. You about to stop me?
Right.
Just keep moving. You got to figure it out.
That's some of the funniest jokes you ever tell. You guys, Reese is my favorite comedian.
Oh, that means so much.
And when I seen you at Cork and Thorn, I don't know. It probably was the second or third time, or maybe the first or second time. But you had me laughing so hard, I literally almost died. And I was like, this guy's hilarious. I love you. Who are you? You're so funny. And ever since then, I'm just I'm a Reese fan.
I appreciate that.
So you're funny as fuck.
Thank you. And you came to the shows.
Yes,
you came
I did.
Yes. I appreciate you.
Thank you, because you helped me get there sometimes, or you help me get home sometimes.
I appreciate you.
Love.
You are genuine. You every time there's nothing but good energy every time I see you.
And working hard.
And shoot, hey, you tours coming up. So you keep working. You said you haven't been on in 3 months. What's stopping you from doing the thing you love?
Mostly it's just timing and transportation and just life. Sometimes There's an open mic tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go to it because I was like, I need to go to
Put
it.
it. Put words out there.
Yeah.
You
but,
said might and think.
I
Say
know.
you will, and then you gonna be there.
I will. Why am I running from myself? But yeah, I haven't been in a few months. But it's just mostly just from life and just I've been doing a lot of internal work and just getting my life together and all that good shit. But yeah, I definitely want to get back out there because I got some new shit I want to talk about.
I tend to run out of gas towards like in December too.
Oh yeah.
Like the end of November, December, I'm like, for all the stuff I've been doing for the year, I'm like, I got nothing left right now.
Take a break. We have to be okay with that as artists, as entrepreneurs. That's something that I'm really understanding that, we want to go, which is fine. I'm not saying don't go, but you got to also stop and take some breaks and stop and just reevaluate or just be and just appreciate how far you've come.
We're scared of just being and waiting for that next inspiration or that next spark to go. This is what you need. This is then you get that recharge of energy instead of going like, I need to do something.
Right. If you wait for the inspired action, you're gonna be more successful at what you do because of where the inspiration comes from. Where if you're just grinding it out, making it happen or trying to do something, it's a different energy that you're using. Mm-hmm. And we got to be okay with just being and just relaxing. And like even the other day, I was like, okay, I wasn't doing anything. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not doing anything. And I'm like, motherfucker, you don't have to do something all the time. Like, sit your ass down. Like, it's okay to just be. We're human beings. Mm-hmm. It says it right in our word.
Right there. Be. Just be, sometimes you got to be out being. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone, right?
This is the first time that I put that into my mind when I did the residency where I did a different hour every week for, I was supposed to do 8 weeks at the Gambit. I ended up doing, I think, 13 with Roscoe.
Nice.
Yeah. It was when I was in it and doing it every week and going on stage, it was freaking amazing. But when I stopped doing the last week on the last show, I was like, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a break, focus, figure out what I learn what I did.
Right.
It wasn't draining when I was doing it, but it that took a lot.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
When you look back, like
that was a big mountain.
Yes. That's beautiful though. And we got to celebrate. Like 2023, I'm really all about celebrating. Celebrate everything. Like celebrate this day, celebrate our breath, like with intention. Like we can, oh man, because we came a long way already. You know what I'm saying? And we got to celebrate that. We got to be okay with celebrating where we're at because it's where we're at.
Facts. Where we're at is where we're in. And what's going to happen is going to happen. You put the action in there, it's going to work. I like that.
Give thanks. And give thanks to you.
To you.
You're doing it. Look what you did. Started your show. You quit your job. You believe in yourself.
All the things I said I was going to do and what I said that I didn't know I was going to do.
Right. And that's how I feel. I'm doing everything. I've been in Vegas 3.5 years now. Time is crazy. That shit is like
feel like yesterday.
Yeah, feel like yesterday. Feel like the coronavirus like robbed us of some time. Like it's just like so much like a blur. But when I look at my life right now, I'm doing everything I said I would do when I came out here. I'm hosting an open mic set. I'm performing. I got a radio show. I didn't say I was gonna do that, but that something else that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like so celebrate that.
You have the momentum. That's the thing that I love most about like hard work. And once you start doing things, things just start opening. You're opening up. It's like you're walking to the woods, and at first you only see like the tree in front of you.
Right. And
then once you go, all right, I'm gonna climb this. Then you get a little higher, and then you start seeing more things. Mm-hmm. The more things you do, the more higher vantage point, and the more things just go. Oh, I wasn't planning on doing that, but I can definitely do that because I've been doing this.
Yes.
It's easier to host the open mic when you do a radio show. It's easier to host a talent show when you have a club. It's easier to have these things happen once you do that, and your momentum. I appreciate you genuinely for putting me on your show. Like, I had a great experience.
I'm so happy.
I've never done anything like that before, so.
That's so special. And a lot of my guests, it was their first time doing something like that. So for me, I feel like, wow. I feel like, oh, I'm a part of your journey. Like you're not going to forget the first time.
Absolutely not.
Motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? You never forget the first time.
You never forget the first time ever.
So I feel like that's special. And I'm so happy that you came, like, for real. Like, you're my favorite. So
I appreciate it.
We had a great show. Like, it was really nice.
It's still on YouTube.
Yeah,
what's the YouTube channel? Hot
702.5 FM.
Hot 702.5 FM.
It's MVP Speaks Radio. You can watch all the episodes on either on YouTube or Facebook. They still have them up there.
Like, you said something powerful. Like, not only you're going to be a part of their journey from there being the first time, but you said not a lot of people that I have on, it's their first time.
Yeah.
You have a platform that you're sharing with people who normally they don't get that kind of platform.
Man, it's so amazing. I love it. I really love it. Like, I love the radio show, and I wasn't trying to have a radio show initially. I was really trying to get my inspirational messages out. And so I was actually going to radio stations, like, out in Las Vegas, and trying to talk to someone, like, maybe you guys can read some messages at the beginning of your show or something, trying to get it on or whatever. And nobody was really fucking with me. And that's all right.
They didn't even know what they were missing.
They didn't even know. It's all right. And then so I was where the radio station is one day. I didn't know that's where it was. I had heard about it. I had even had my songs played on it one time, but I never knew where it was. And I was in the parking lot one day for meeting up to go, I think, to the mountains. And I looked up and I seen the radio station, and I was like, oh, there's the radio station. Like, it had me so lit up inside. I don't know why, because I don't know, but it lit me up. And I was so lit up about it. And at that time, I didn't know why it was so exciting to me, probably just because I knew about it or whatever, but it was like right there. And then literally the next week or that weekend, I was at an event, and a sister gets on. Shout out to J9. She gets on, and she's a comedian. And she says, oh, I have a radio show on Hot 702.5 FM. If you're interested in getting your own radio show, come holler at me. And all of a sudden, I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh, baby, this is for me. So I went to talk to her, and she was like, yeah, you just have to hit up old girl. Reese, hit her up and, talk to her. So I hit her up, and I told her, like, what my ideas were literally coming out, because I had literally just thought about it. Like, I hadn't really planned on having a radio show. And I said, this is what I would like to do. And she was like, I love it. Like, come on, let's go. And, I'm looking for sponsors for my radio show if anyone ever wants to sponsor me. But for right now, I sponsor myself, and I'm okay with that because I feel like I'm doing it for me. Like,
you are, and you're opening so many doors. You have a platform, you're not gatekeeping. Like, that's amazing.
I love it.
Yeah, so
I want to be able to use the platform for more than myself. Like, that's the whole point, I think, to share and to give people the opportunity. When people are excited to come on my show, that's exciting to me.
I was definitely excited.
I'm like, oh, y'all excited? Come on. Like, that's
who don't want to be on a radio show with MVP
right?
Speaks?
MVP, I got the chills.
It's like, well, do you hit, like, I'm so very thankful.
And I'm proud of you, and I'm happy you got your show.
Thank you.
It's dope. It's so dope.
You are always welcome back.
Yeah, anytime.
So definitely. I think this might be episode 7 or 8.
Okay, cool.
And we got something going here.
Yeah,
so
you definitely do. I can feel it.
I appreciate that.
I told you when I walked in, like, oh, it feels like big.
Thank you. What you said, it feels like Johnny Carson.
Like a Johnny Carson moment, like, for real. Like, I can see it, like, on the TV or something. Like, that's how the energy feels.
Well, you can catch me on Reese Russell TV on YouTube and Reese Russell TV on Instagram. My name's Reese Russell. Thank you for watching the Reese Russell Show. Do you have anything, your Instagram, your social medias, or your whatever?
MVP Speaks.
One more time. I'm going to cut right
people,
here.
MVP Speaks. Just follow, Google me.
I'm gonna cut this one, but do that. But talk to the. Do you have anything going on or your social medias?
Oh yes, you guys can follow me and find me. I would appreciate it. I'm always looking for fans, friends, and finances. MVP Speaks all over the internet. Just Google me and then choose your platform to follow me on. Instagram is cool. I have music all over the music industry places, so follow me there too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, you forgot the things.
Oh no, I didn't. That's why we got the whole.
Oh, that's so funny. You know, the other day I walked out of my house and I realized I forgot something. And I said to myself, "Oh man, you forgot blah blah blah." But actually, what I didn't do, I actually remembered. And I was saying how we can, like, I didn't forget my keys. Like, I remembered them in that moment. But instead of me acknowledging that I actually remember them, I was like, oh, I forgot my keys. You know what I'm saying?
You're not giving yourself any credit for actually remembering.
But you didn't forget. You just remembered. So every time I'm trying to be more mindful of that. Because I feel like that's important language. Like
it is.
Like if you're...
Forgetting something means you left and didn't have them. But remembering before you left and forgot.
Right.
Yes.
All the way? So that was just an interesting revelation I had. Did you pick one or what'd you do?
I'm gonna pick. I don't know much about him, but I'm gonna read off one. What would happen if I didn't try to control my future? Golly, that's golly,
motherfuckers.
What would this is from MVP Speaks has these cards that are empowering questions.
Yes. On
the back, it says, the Empowering Questions card deck includes 52 colorful cards that contain questions for you. Use these cards for meditation, for writing, or with any other empowering process you like. With the help of these cards, you can examine your deeper self, discover and release your inner strength, and bring more energy into your life. Find more suggestions on, I'm not about to tell y'all, but
right.
Empowering Questions. I wanted to read that because it said, what I was thinking about something like this the other day. What would happen if I didn't try to control my future? I think I would be super, super successful really, really quick.
If you just let go.
That's crazy. But then there's that thing of every performer is sensitive about their art.
Yes, we are. So what does it mean to be in control of your future? Like if you're trying not to control it, what is it like to be? What does that mean? Like to not be in control? Or
to follow.
To follow.
Not being in control. We're not in control anyway.
Who you telling? I don't know what the hell going on.
So we try. What do they say when you make plans? God laughs when you make plans.
Right, something like yes.
Yeah, you have no idea.
You have no idea.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, human.
I'll see you in 3 months when you realize you have no idea.
Right.
So like we have this thing and this mindset and this idea and this concept and these sometimes arbitrary thoughts, feelings, and emotions that have to be in order for us to be. And if we stripped ourselves, like I believe it was Mos Def, Wasan Bey, if I'm pronouncing his government name correctly. But he said animals in the wild have like a there's no rules for animals.
Right.
But they all coexist knowing there's no rules for animals. The tigers and lions walk over here. If they got their tail up or their tail down, we're not going over there because this is what happened. Humans we eventually will self-correct. Mm-hmm. So all of these things that we have could be weight on our shoulder, these restraints and all these things that are holding us down. And if we just let go of the backpack, we would be able to
put the bag down
and be able to fly to the top. But we put these like controlling things on it.
Yes. That reminds me of this Batman movie I saw. I don't remember which one. It was a long time ago. But the Batman in this particular one was in a cave, and he was trying to
Dark Knight Rises.
He was trying to get out of the cave, and he had a harness on, and he kept trying to get out with the harness, but he kept falling. When he took the harness off, he got out the cave.
He got out that cave.
And I always think about that because we'll be thinking like, oh, I need this protection or whatever to help me just in case I fall. But if you thinking in your mind, just in case I fall, guess what? You're going to fall.
Mm-hmm.
Set yourself free, release the bag, and then you can get your ass up out the cave.
We have lived through and existed every bad day we've ever had. Every single one.
Yes.
So
give thanks for that.
Amen. So you take the backpack out. You said take the backpack. So this is the only one of these I want to read because this is deep. What would happen if I didn't try to control my future? I mean, there could always be like, there's the opposite. There's always a negative of something, but the way that I look at it is like, I have a vision and it's going to happen it's going to happen that way in my mind and I see it very clearly. But then when I get to the end, it actually happens like, I didn't see it. This is better. This is way better than what I can imagine.
It can be so much better. And you know what? We're so limited in our imagination, in our minds. And if we don't try to control it, we're not limiting ourselves in our thinking. A lot of times, we can be like, oh, I want to do this, but it costs $1,000, or I have to fly to Texas. Whatever it could be, we'll think of whatever is the thing that can't make it happen. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to what can make it happen. Like, what 100%. Do I have to make this happen? You know what I'm saying?
Everything you have is everything you missing. That's a Big Sean quote. Everything is, that's been a big one for me this year. Everything you have is everything you missing. It's like, you got it all.
That's deep.
Shout out Big Sean.
Shout out Big Sean.
So, anything you want to let them know before we get out of here?
I just want to let you guys know, keep watching the Reese Russell TV show because he's awesome. Follow him and join his comedy sets and go check him out. Follow me, MVP Speaks. You can come hang out at the Mixer Lounge on Wednesdays if you're in Las Vegas from 7:30 till 10:30 for the open mic. Tune into my radio show. Love on yourself and just be.
Just be. Peace.